Good morning. I am your humble and gracious host, Abdul Rahman Rahim. Welcome to another episode of Filthy America. Before we get started today, I want to explain to y'all why I chose to call this podcast Filthy America. The reason being because America is filthy. Plain and simple. Alright? Now, the purpose of this podcast is to disseminate information to the people so they're able to see the fraud that's being committed against them. Okay? Now, today we're going to talk about the word black. Me personally, I don't identify as black. I am an indigenous American Aboriginal. That is my actual nationality. So I don't identify as black, Negro, African American, or color. And I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't either. If you look at the word black, if you look up the word black in any dictionary, right next to the word black is the word adjective. Now, we all learned in school the difference between a noun and an adjective. An adjective modifies a noun. A noun describes a person, place, or thing. Once again, a noun describes a person, place, or thing. So, next to the word black, if you look in the dictionary, is the word adjective, which is used to modify a noun. So, if this word is not a noun, which describes a person, place, or thing, how can I be black? Literally. That literally means that I'm not black. This is like 4th grade grammar, people. So, I think it's important for us as melanated people to really study these words, study the etymology of these words that we subscribe to, because these are labels. I'm not mad at Black Lives Matter. I'm not. I think the Black Lives Matter movement is very important. But I think Black Lives, the movement itself, should just take a look at that word, because you're not black, literally. It doesn't describe who you are. You understand? So I'm not mad at Black Lives Matter. I understand. I support them, but I think we should just study these words, because this is not our original language. This is not our original language. This is not our original culture or traditions. And I think we should get back to our original customs and traditions. So, yeah, man. Shout out Dean Calloway, of course. Y'all should definitely follow Dean Calloway, man, because the information that he's giving out is truthful 100%, man. It's verifiable. A lot of it is public information, and we just don't know about it. You understand it? They want to teach us about Christopher Columbus, that he discovered America, right? But they don't want to teach us about the Christian doctrine of discovery and the history behind that, which is the foundation of this system that we in, this system of oppression of the melanated people of the world. So how they gonna teach us about Christopher Columbus They don't want to teach us about the Christian doctrine of discovery. Because then they'll have to tell us the truth that he did not discover America. There was millions of indigenous people here. Matter of fact, we are the direct descendants of the people that were found here by the colonizers. That's who we are. And there has been, they put so many different type of labels on us, man. You know, we don't even know who we are. But, you know, my grandmother, who was 88 years old, she told me that she wasn't born a slave. She wasn't a slave. Her mother wasn't a slave, and her mother wasn't a slave. And if you look at my grandmother, she's like maybe 2.5 shades lighter than me. She looks like a Native American. So it's important for us to study real world history. It's important for us to study etymology and the history of languages, where they came from, how they're being used today. Because once we go back and study the history and get a full understanding of that, then we can understand how these laws work today. Because history and law go hand in hand. They're together, they're not separate. Another thing, people, boost your immune system. Okay? Shout out to everybody that lost their life during the pandemic. Everybody, man. I don't care if you're black, white. Shout out to everybody, because I feel like those people were chosen. Because they were perfectly fine before Corona. Even if they had underlying conditions, they were perfectly fine before Corona. So I feel like those people were chosen. I feel like those people didn't have to die. Really. Like I said, they was perfectly fine before Corona. So shout out to them, man. Much love to them. Everybody who lost their life, or everybody who knows somebody that lost their life because of Corona. Because I feel like they didn't have to die. I feel like those people were chosen. And I feel like, you know, those of us who are still here, who have weathered the storm, we really here for a reason. You know, and we have to find out what that purpose is. Because before, if you pay attention to the media, before the pandemic even peaked, they were talking about if it goes unchecked, it's going to affect 60% of the world's population. Now, United States only accounts for 5% of the population. And you talking about this is going to affect over 60% of the population. That means everybody in the United States got it or had it. We only account for 5%. You talking about 60% of the world's population. Is over 8 billion people on the planet. We only account for 5% of that. You understand? So I really feel like those people were chosen, man. They didn't have to die. They were perfectly fine before this pandemic got here. And now they're not. That, you know, they're going. You know, and I feel like a lot of them didn't have to go. You know, I don't support the United States government. I'm against government. I've never voted. I'm not a communist. But government's supposed to protect the rights that people are born with, and they haven't been doing that for quite some time. So you can't be mad at me if I have no trust in the government whatsoever. I don't trust the government. I don't like the government. I feel like this whole system is based off one premise: the dehumanization of the melanated people of the world. That's what the doctrine of discovery is about. That's what the laws, so-called laws of this country is based on. The dehumanization of indigenous people. Look it up. Google the Christian doctrine of discovery. This ain't something that Abdul's telling you. Abdul ain't. It's not just truth because Abdul said it. Right? Filthy America is beautiful. I'm your humble and gracious host, Abdul Rahman Rahim. Signing out.